weight class is qualified at the front of the grid for the A final. Championship leader Eddie Hall on grid 4, but it's his main rival just 3 points behind in the championship, Guy Holliday, qualifying in pole position ahead of 4th in the championship Dan Gore. Rye House winner Palm V Najar on grid 3, and look out for Joshua Hill on grid 11, and also carrying a camera Lee Kemp on grid 15. Joe Richardson in the pusher car, bringing them through the cut through, slowing them down. Dan Gore checking out the feet of Guy Holliday on pole. Anticipating the start, the flag is dropped, Holliday makes his run. On board with Kemp in the midfield, the inside row's got the jump into turn 1. So it's Holliday from Najar from James Akehurst on grid 5. Dan Gore's just come back from the grass. On board, Dan Gore wears the red gloves, Lee Kemp the blue. Dan's back to 8th place from outside of row 1. It's been a poor start. He's across the grass out of turn 2. Holliday leads Najar, Akehurst, Capaldi, Hall, Beard, Hill. Kemp here in the midfield, trying to find a way past Kevin Okoku. And Stephen Deutscher to the left. Okoku with the silver lid, on the back straight. Glenn Beard makes a move on Josh Hill for 6th place into turn 6. And Gore's lost out to John Watt. He's back to 9th now. Hill's fought back and got past Beard, but Beard's inside him. Kemp still struggling with Okoku and Deutscher. End of a frantic lap 1. And it's Holliday from Najar, Akehurst breaking away a little bit from Capaldi and Hall. Beard ahead of Hill, Watt, Gore. Under pressure from Simon Young and Carl Tebbett in 11th place. At turn 3, Najar shoots for the lead. He runs in deep and runs Holliday wide. That's given Akehurst the lead and Capaldi 3rd. Holliday fights back, but he's on the wrong side for turn 5. Capaldi is definitely through to 3rd, and Eddie Hall is going to take 4th. Holliday's gone from 1st to 5th in 3 corners, but he fights back. He's inside of Hall. He's back to 4th. Wow, what a start to an A final. Let's take a breath as we go round the hill. It's 5 fighting for the lead. Behind them, John Ward is through to 6th place. Didn't see that. And it's Glenn Beard, Josh Hill, Dan Gore. Carl Tebbett takes 10th place off Simon Young in the last corner. Let's see if we can see how John Ward got 6th place. Josh Hill runs Glenn Beard wide at turn 3, and Ward is through. Lee Kemp in 13th place, putting a move on Stephen Deutscher. That's Simon Young and Carl Tebbett ahead of us. Battle for 11th place. Carl Tebbett looking to the inside of Young, leaves the door open for Lee Kemp. He's through to 12th, but it's only temporary. Tebbett straight back at him. On the left, Josh Hill and Glenn Beard fight over 6th place. On the right, it's the 3-way dice as Tebbett goes through to 11th. But it's the combative Glenn Beard hanging on to 7th, and that's given Dan Gore the chance to close in and join that fight. The front 9 have broken into 3 trios. The first of which is Akehurst, Najar, Capaldi. Second group, Holliday, Hall, Watt. Here comes Najar inside Akehurst at turn 1. And Hall's made a move on Holliday. Capaldi looking for second, pushing Akehurst back to 3rd if he can. He can't, and Gore's attempt to grab 7th from Hill and Beard has failed. Watt to the inside of Hall, who's run wide though, and Hall will take 4th place back. Holliday back to 6th place. On board again with Dan Gore in 9th. Chance to take a breath again. I can't imagine we can have 10 laps of such intensity. End of lap 4. Najar, Akehurst, Capaldi, gap to Hall, Watt, Holliday, Hill. Here comes Beard round the outside. Hill made a poor exit to the bus stop, and Dan Gore is looking for 8th place as well. But it's Lee Kemp behind, setting the fastest lap. Hall looking to get past Watt in turn 2, can't get it done. Hill's made his way past Beard, and Dan Gore's inside for 8th. Look out for Glenn Beard to strike back immediately. That is his style. Here comes Glenn. Atypical. If he can, he will strike back at the first available corner. Go back to 9th place. We've reached halfway, and there's fireworks going on over 10th place as Carl Tebbett now sets the fastest lap, trying to hold off Lee Kemp. Beard runs wide, sets up Dan Gore for turn 3. Thinks better of it. Najjar, Capaldi, Akehurst, Hall, Wart, under pressure from Holiday. Guy Holiday moves back to 5th place. Somebody's moved the tyre bundle in the bus stop. Holiday jumps the curb. That's not the quickest way through the corner, and here comes John Wart. Through to 5th. Side by side, runs Guy wide, can't be helped. Hills through to 6th place. Capaldi looking to the inside of Najjar. Hall on the bumper of Akehurst. Through the switchback. Looking to get a good exit onto the back straight. Capaldi's got one. He's looking to the inside. It's a bit tight. There's contact. Najjar runs wide. Capaldi's on the outside, so Najjar takes it back. Here comes James. Through the 2nd. Capaldi has to yield. Looking for a run into turn 1 now. Here comes James Akehurst. Akehurst to the lead. Side by side with Najjar. Side by side, it's 4 wide. Capaldi up the inside of Najjar. Shuffles him back to 3rd. Out of turn 2 and the run to turn 3. Najjar looks to the inside of Capaldi. Can't make it, runs a little bit wide. Under pressure from Hall now. Lee Kemp has passed Carl Tebbett as he closes in on Dan Gore in 9th place. Dan makes a mistake, he shouldn't have tried to pass Glenn Beard around the hill. And Lee Kemp now has Dan Gore in his sights. Out of the boot section, Eddie Hall's got a run on Palm v Najjar over 3rd. Shows him the nose, but doesn't force the issue. Gore attempts a move on Glenn Beard for 8th place and loses out to Lee Kemp. And where there's a Lee Kemp, there should be a Carl Tebbett. There's Carl, he's just mugged Dan Gore, and he's going straight through on Lee Kemp. And Dan Gore's made the same mistake of trying to do something in turn 7. Well, we're moving on to the final lap now. It's Akehurst, clear now of Andrew Capaldi, Palm v Najjar, Eddie Hall. Josh Hill in 5th place ahead of John Wart, gap to Guy Holiday. The race for the win might be James Akehurst's, but the race for 2nd is really only just beginning. Hall's got a run on Palm v Najjar. Further back, it's no less busy. This is Lee Kemp on Carl Tebbett. Contact, Tebbett runs wide. Najjar and Capaldi side by side, onto the back straight, that won't work. Capaldi's taking a cone out and putting Najjar on the grass. Here comes Eddie Hall. Eddie Hall through the 2nd. Capaldi back to 3rd. He's trying to go the long way round Hall. That's probably a mistake. It is. Here comes Josh Hill. Josh Hill has grabbed 3rd. Final corner for James Akehurst. He's going to win probably the race of the season so far, ahead of Eddie Hall, Josh Hill and Palm v Najjar as Andrew Capaldi picks up a cone penalty for that last lap incident with Palm v.